The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Mark. One of the scribes came to Jesus and asked him, "Which is the first of all the commandments?" Jesus replied, "The first is this: Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is Lord alone. You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, and with all your strength. The second is this: you shall love your neighbor as yourself. There is no greater commandment than these." The scribe said to him, "Well said, teacher. You are right in saying, 'He is one, and there is no other than He,' and to love Him with all your heart, with all your understanding, with all your strength, and to love your neighbor as yourself is worth more than all burnt offerings and sacrifices." And when Jesus saw that he had answered with understanding, he said to him, "You are not far from the kingdom of God." And no one dared to ask him any more questions. The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord.
Good morning, all. My name is Stanislas Acho. I come from Nigeria, western part of Africa. And I have a very big family. My dad and my mom, who are still living, thank God. And my siblings, I have 6 siblings, 3 brothers and 3 sisters. And I am a twin. So I have a twin brother called Stephen. When we were very young, like around 7, 8 years old, we wanted to be altar servers, just like we have here this morning. And we spoke to our priest, and he allowed us to, serve at Mass. And we did that for a very long time, to the extent that at a point, my twin brother and I started thinking about being a priest, because we wanted to do what the priest does at the altar. And so that was when, like around 10, 11 years old, the desire to be a priest was enkindled in me. And I've been nurturing that for a very long time, up to when I went to high school. And I wanted to see if I can, be a priest. But I was so much drawn to being a medical doctor, because knowing what they do, loved to do that, which primarily was to save life. And so it was my desire to go out there, work in the hospitals, and save lives. And I thought it was a very noble thing to do. And so I applied to the college to go study medicine. But during the application process, it wasn't really getting easy for me to do that. And then I've already started considering strongly of either being a medical doctor or going back to what I wanted to be before, which is to be a priest. I wanted to push it away, so I started to rationalize over it, to see and find a reason why I really want to be a priest. And one thing that came to my mind is that maybe the sole thing that you're called to do in life is to save people. And if you're not saving lives as a medical doctor, you can equally save lives as a priest. Leading people to God, which is our destiny, going back to God. we were made to live and to serve God. Just as today's readings said, especially the gospel, I was talking with Father Matt this morning, and he mentioned the quote that Mother Teresa is known for. I'm not going to put it exactly, Father, but it's paraphrased as in, we all get lost and concerned about our jobs and professions, but we forget about what our vocation is. And Mother Teresa would say, our vocation is to love God and to love our neighbors. And that is what today's gospel is talking about. And so, what our vocation is, which is to love God and to serve and love one another, could be as a priest. You could do that as a dad. You could do that as a mom. You could do that as a medical doctor, as an engineer, and all those. So, as we are talking about Vocation Weekend this weekend, it's all about asking ourselves, how much have I come to live out my vocation, which is to love God and to love my brothers and sisters? And there are many ways to evaluate how we do that. So in my life, I keep thinking, how have I come to love God and to love my brothers and sisters, my neighbors? And it's all about seeing how much I am out there to help people in need. How much I am out there to go out of my comfort zone to say, okay, this friend of mine needs help in this, and I know that I can do it for him. And I go out there and do it for him. So it's a call to all of us today, to think about that. And so I've come to choose to do this as a priest. That is why I'm discerning to be a priest. Now I'm still a seminarian, and by God's grace, next May, I'll be ordained a deacon. And the next year, by God's grace, be ordained a priest. So this is how I've discerned, my vocation in life, how I want to love God and love my neighbor as a priest. And so today, I put it out there to all of us, young boys, young girls, even our moms and our dads, and our granddads and grandmom, to think about it. Speak to someone today. The church today really needs priests and religious. It's not just about priests, but we also need reverend sisters also. We need people in the religious houses. Vocation also is all about family life. As a young man, how am I planning to live a good life that when I become a dad tomorrow, my children are going to learn good things from me? So it's all about asking ourselves how we want our lives to be. Dads and moms, you talk to your children, how are you seeing your life going to be? Have you started thinking about who's going to be your life partner? Or have you thought about being a priest or being a religious nun? Someone said that to me. And then serving at the altar, I saw how that works out in my life. And I'm, going towards that path today. It could be what you say to someone that could make the person have a total change of life. So today I'm here to speak about this, to tell you about myself, my little story. I really miss my parents a lot. I really miss my twin brother, although we speak on phone at least once a week. But it is the sacrifice that I've come to make to being a priest. And so I pray to God all the time to make me a good priest by the time he's going to ordain me a priest. To be someone who will bring people to Jesus and bring Jesus to people. That is the kind of priest I want to be. And I equally solicit and ask for your prayers for me and for all of the seminarians we have in the Diocese of Springfield, and all of the seminarians in the U.S. and in all the world, because we need your prayers today. I really am in dire need of your prayers today. So as we are thinking about the vocation life today, we also pray and ask God to keep sustaining all the seminarians out there, and all our priests too. Father Matt, who is our parish priest, Deacon Roger, who is our deacon, we keep praying for them all the time. And then one last thing, talk to someone today. Ask someone today, have you thought about what you want to be in the future? Think about the priesthood also. The world needs good priests today. Thank you so much, and God bless you.